Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kiana and I do a lot of sewing and fashion videos. Today I'm in my bedroom. I'm all cozy in my loungewear because I'm just going to be talking to you guys throughout this video. It has been requested a bunch of times to do a video on my college experience and how I chose my college and my major, everything college experience. So I want to do a bunch of these kinds of videos, but today I'm just focusing on how I chose to be a fashion design major and how I chose my college. And out of all of the college experience videos that I'm going to be doing, I think that this one is the most serious, story time video. It's not actually serious, but I think it's the most important because even if you aren't going into fashion, I think a lot of people can relate to my story. So I just wanted to share my kind of high school experience with picking my major, picking my college, because I don't know, I think it's important, and I think that a lot of people might also be going through the same thing. Okay, so very briefly, from a young age, I was very creative. I've always been into fashion. I have sketchbooks of horrifying designs from my childhood, and I have pictures of me just draping bed sheets all over me, trying to be a designer. I always really liked fashion and design, and I don't know, it's always been a passion of mine. And honestly, I just like being creative. I liked my home ec class in middle school where we sewed, and I loved my apparel classes throughout high school. Throughout high school, I was also in FCCLA, which, if you do not know, stands for Family, Community, Career, and oh my god, what does it stand for? I was president of this club. Family, Career, Community Leaders of America. And I did a fashion design project in it every year, and it was a lot of fun, and I was really passionate about it, and it just always really made me happy. But when I got to high school, it becomes real, you know? When you're in high school, they're always conditioning you to be the best student so that you can get into college, and then when you're in college, they're conditioning you to be a good student so you can get a job, and so on and so forth. And in high school, they push you to be the smartest, best student and to take all these AP classes and to do all these clubs, because if you don't, you're not going to get into college. And so I believed that, and I was taking all of these AP classes, and I'm sure you guys can relate, because now it's harder than ever. Now it gets harder and harder every year. The expectations for high school kids and college kids and just kids in general, it's too much. I was doing good in those classes. I was doing better than good, and anything I say in this video, I promise to you, I'm not trying to brag or say oh, I was such a good student, haha. I'm just trying to give you what happened. I want to tell you what my experience was and how I decided to pick my major, because these are all things that I had to consider when choosing my college and choosing what career path I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So in high school, I was doing great in my classes. Junior year, I took all AP classes. I was a straight A student. I thought wow, I'm good at this. My favorite AP class I think that I took was AP Chemistry. And AP Chemistry, it's a challenging class generally, and I was great at it. And I thought because I was so good at this class that this is what I have to do for the rest of my life, because when you're good at a science, you should be a scientist. Or when you're good at math and science, you should be an engineer. If you're good at this, you should be a lawyer. If you're good at that, you should be a doctor. There are the careers that are respected, and then there are the careers that are judged. And because I was good at math and science and I was doing great in chemistry, I thought, wow, I should be an engineer, because that's what society tells me I should do. And I should not go into fashion, because no one's going to respect me for that. Everyone's going to judge me. They're going to think I'm an idiot for choosing to do something in fashion when I'm great at math and science. That's just a stupid decision. Why would I do that? And it wasn't like any one person was telling me that. It's just been conditioned into us, I think. It seems like I'm really angry at society throughout this video, but I'm not, because I broke free. Anyways, I went through most of high school thinking that I was going to be a chemical engineer. And as the days went by, I thought more and more, whatever, this is my career path, this is what I'm good at, this is what society tells me to do, I'm just gonna be an engineer. It's fine. All of my friends are gonna be engineers, whatever. And all the while, I still loved fashion. I still loved design. I still loved being creative. But I was thinking, I can't make money from that. No one's gonna respect me if I do that. That's not a serious career option. I can't be taken seriously as an artist. I have to be a science person. Oh my God. If you are a high schooler, you know, in your junior year, you know how serious it gets. Like, everyone is always talking about what they're gonna be when they grow up, what major that they're deciding on, what school they're going to. Everyone is talking about it all the time. They're always talking about it. You can't get away from it. And I was always having this internal conflict of like, should I do what I think I should do, or should I follow my dreams? And I was always leaning towards doing what I think I should do. I went to a summer chemical engineering overnight camp for a week. Did not enjoy that. I liked the people, that was fun. I liked the activities, but the actual learning about what chemical engineers do, I was not having that. I went to a different polymer and color chemistry camp because I thought, you know, that's closer to textiles. That's in the textile realm. Let me do that type of chemistry. Nope. Hated that. And I was like, shoot, I cannot be a chemist. I cannot be an engineer. I will want to cry every day of my life if I'm doing that. I knew deep down that fashion was the right thing for me, but I didn't want to admit it to myself. I didn't want to admit it to other people because I knew people would judge me. And I remember this one specific time where I was sitting in my AP Environmental Science class talking to two of my friends, junior year of course. We were talking about where we were going to go, what we were going to do during college. One of them wanted to be an engineer, one of them wanted to be a doctor. And so when they asked me what I wanted to do, I was like, you know what? I don't even want to tell you because you're going to judge me. Anytime someone asked me what I wanted to do, I had been saying engineer, but this time I felt like I was just so conflicted. I was so fed up with everything that I was just like, you know what? Don't even ask me. I don't want to tell you because you're going to judge me. And they were like, no, come on, just tell us. And I was like, if I tell you, you're going to laugh. And they're like, oh my God, no, just tell me. And so I was like, I want to be a fashion designer. And one of my friends literally threw her head back and started laughing so loud, like uncontrollably. And I was just sitting there like, ha 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 ha. But I was hurt. It confirmed what I was afraid of, that if I was going to go down this path, no one will take me seriously, no one will respect me. And I was like, well, there you go. That was junior year. That was the beginning of junior year, and that pushed me even further into, I am not going to do fashion because it's not respectable. And then, you know, junior year was coming to a close, and at this point you need to start applying for college. You need to be going on those tours ASAP because deadlines close the beginning of senior year. And especially fashion school deadlines, a lot of them close earlier. So I needed to make a decision. I had talked to my mom a lot about it. I was set on being a chemical engineer, and my mom was like, no, that's not where you're gonna be. And I was like, what? And she was like, I can't see you doing that. And I'm like, Mom, what are you talking about? Look at me, Mom, look at me, look at my grades, I'm gonna be great at this. And she was like, yeah, I'm sure you're gonna be great, but I don't think you would have an enjoyable time. Like, I don't think you would like that major. I don't think you would like that career path. And I was like, Mom, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. I know myself. This is what I want to do with my life. I want to help people. She was like, you need to be doing something creative because that's what you love. And it is more important to be happy than to be rich. Not like I was going to be rich as an engineer, but you know, I was going to be stable for sure. She was like, don't choose something because it's the safe option. Choose something because you love it. And I know this is where I am definitely a lot luckier than other people because my parents are both incredibly supportive. And my dad was also like, choose something that you're gonna love because you don't want to wake up in 30 years with regret, hating to get up and go to work every day. That's not what you want to do with your life. And I am so grateful that I have amazing parents because I'm being dramatic, but I really love my parents and they know me so well. They knew what I needed to do, and I know a lot of people aren't lucky enough to have super supportive parents like me, so I am so grateful that they have been supportive for my entire life. Anyways, I started thinking more and more like, shoot, what is the right career path to me, and it was always between those two things, engineering or fashion, because one I was passionate about and the other was a safe choice. It was a smart choice. It would make me money. I could find a job easily, and I knew that I could be good at it. But fashion, that was not safe. That is not something that you just get a job right out of college because people are looking for fashion designers all the time. No, I didn't even know if I was that great at it. I knew I liked it. I knew I liked sewing, but I never took it seriously. With that information, the obvious choice was to go into a safer major at a good school. And the other part of my brain was saying, follow your dreams. So every day junior year, I was thinking about what I should do. I had so many thoughts, and I don't know what was the last thought to kind of push me over the edge, but one day I just kind of snapped and I was like, screw it, I'm gonna do fashion. But if I do fashion, I'm going to do it in a smart way. I'm not gonna throw away everything I've worked so hard for in high school, and I'm going to approach this logically, because truly at this point, at the end of junior year, I didn't know if I was good at fashion design. So I said, let me go to a college that has both options. I will go to a state school, a traditional 4-year school that has a fashion program and has an engineering program. And that way, if I get to the end of 1 year and I realize, oh my God, I suck at this is not for me, I made a horrible mistake, I don't have to completely transfer schools. I can just transfer colleges in my university, and I didn't waste $60,000 on a year of fashion school in New York, because if I quit after a year, I wasted that money. I decided this all in one day. I called my best friend at the time and I was like, here is my plan. Here we go. How do you like it? She was like, what? Where did this come from? I am confused. She was quite concerned. Not like she wasn't judging me or anything. She just thought that I could possibly be making a mistake. But she was still supportive, and my close friends were still supportive. They might have been confused on the inside, but they were good friends and they supported me. And then senior year of high school, after I had already applied to college, I tried to focus on fashion more and see if it actually was something I was good at. And then I did a fashion project, and I'll show a picture of the second ever fashion creation I made, and I thought I was pretty dang good at it. So I was like, you know what, I can do this. But then in terms of colleges and picking a college, again, I was thinking very logically. I said my number one school, and I already knew this before I even toured or looked into any other colleges, my number one school was NC State, because it was the traditional 4-year school. It offered me that flexibility of changing my major, and I really, honestly, I didn't want to miss out on that traditional college experience. I wanted to go to the football games, even though I didn't really go to any football games. I think I went to 2. Did I go to 2 football games? You know what? I went to a lot of tailgates though. But I wanted that traditional experience. I wanted that student diversity. I wanted to meet all sorts of people. I wanted to have the opportunity to join a bunch of different clubs that were not fashion related. I wanted to have that balance in my life between fashion and non-fashion. And so I knew that going to a regular traditional 4-year university was right for me. I knew it from the start. And so I only applied to 4 colleges. I applied to NC State, which I go to. I applied to UNC Chapel Hill for business administration, and I applied to Parsons in New York and FIT in New York. I got in everywhere, which also I want to make a video on my high school portfolio, because obviously, like I was saying, I was not planning on doing fashion design, and so I had to whip up an entire portfolio in a couple months during the summer so that I could apply to fashion school. I knew that I was going to go to NC State if I got in, of course, for fashion design, but I was also kind of applying to those big fashion schools because, again, I need to approach this logically. I didn't know if I was actually any good, and if I got rejected by those 2 schools, then I knew I probably wasn't any good. Not that a college's acceptance or rejection is the end of the line, but I truly didn't know if I was any good or not, and I was kind of also using that to gauge my skill, my talent, and if this was a horrible mistake I was making. Okay, something I also really struggled with actually when choosing my college was choosing a brand name, what do you call it, a famous college, you know what I'm saying? Because again, I was just so scared what people would think of me if I went to a state school. Like it matters. I don't know. When you're young, which I am young still, But when you're in high school, you think everything matters and everyone's opinions matter. Even when deciding to be a fashion major, I was like, I have to go to Parsons or FIT or somewhere like that because no one's gonna take me seriously if I do a fashion degree at a state college. How does that make sense? Like, I just want to know how that makes sense. I toured FIT and Parsons. I thought they were both amazing schools. I thought the student work there looked impeccable. They were impressive schools, obviously. A part of me wonders, what it would have been like to go to a school in New York. That sounds like an amazing opportunity and an amazing experience, but I knew that it wasn't the right fit for me. And I think the most important part about choosing a college is choosing a college that is a good fit for you. And I knew that NC State basically just ticked off all the boxes for me. It was the right fit. It was the right choice to make. And when you are choosing your college, if you have not chosen a college yet, choose a college that works for you. Don't go to a college for superficial reasons, and choose a major that's right for you. I cannot stress to you enough that this is a big decision. It will affect your life. There are people that change their majors 4 times throughout college, 10 times throughout college, change their entire career path. Choosing your major in college is not the end of your life if you choose the wrong thing. But think carefully about the decision you're making and why you're making that decision. Make sure you're making it for the right reasons. And so obviously, as you know, I go to NC State now. I am about to be a senior in my last semester. I am a senior, but I'm about to be in my last semester. I'm about to graduate with a degree in fashion and textile design, concentrating in fashion, and a minor in entrepreneurship. And I will just give you a little spoiler alert. I have loved my college experience. I have loved almost every second of it. And I know in my heart of hearts that I absolutely made the correct decision with my major in my college. And so I just hope that this can help you a little bit. I hope that it can inspire you. I don't really know if my story is that exciting or inspiring, but I just wanted to share my own story and my experience because I feel like a lot of people can relate. I'm a big proponent of following your dreams, but doing it logically. So I'm gonna stop rambling now. I really don't have anything else to say, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave some comments and questions down below and I'll try to respond to as many as I can. If you have not already, follow me on Instagram and TikTok. My handle is Kiana. Yeah, and I think that's everything. So thank you so much for watching this video. Bye guys.